So Life is Strange Double Exposure did beat it. It is a fun time. I can see frustrations that like long-term Life is Strange fans would have. I can see it,
especially playing with that character.
Yeah, especially playing with such an important character to the fandom like Max. I can see some frustrations. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I want to call it a popcorn game. But it is still good. There are some very interesting elements to it. I know I saw someone kind of talk about it in a review where it's just like the first 2 chapters are phenomenal, and then chapter 3, it's just like it almost kind of was like lazy writing, and it's just like multiple ideas and concepts. It's like where the hell are we going?
That sounds like it would almost feel peak for me right now. I guess
it probably would. It probably would. I could see that to a point. I mean, I can see it to a point, but I still really enjoyed everything that was taking place.
So is it only 3 main chapters?
5.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I still personally enjoyed it quite a bit. I know one of the major elements that people were kind of upset about is that like nothing that you really do matters. Like, which for a Life is Strange game, that
sort of hurts.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I mean, whatever choices you make, where you get the chapter breakdown of what you picked versus other players and stuff, for the most part, does not matter. There are some that they are important, depending on what kind of outcome you're going to get. There was one particular outcome with a character that I did not get the outcome I wanted for that character. So, I mean, that goes back to some choices not being made. But for the most part, from what I read after the fact, and then just kind of going through and like understanding everything, it doesn't really matter for the most part. Just play the game.
Oof.
But, I mean, it was really cool. The whole double exposure gimmick of Max's powers was really cool.
So is it the same powers or is it a different power?
So she awakens a new power. She does get her power back at some point to a certain extent, but she hasn't used it in so long that it's difficult to use.
Gotcha.
So the power that gets introduced is, very early on something takes place and it's like, oh, big sad. And then the power that she discovers is that she can hop between 2 different timelines. But they're not like, past and present sort of, or past and future. It's like 2 parallel universes where the only difference is this one particular character is the difference between the 2. And you can hop through them at pretty much mostly at will when you find like these little, you can see like these little portals essentially that you can go to, and she just wipes the screen and swaps between the 2.
Well, that's a nice add-on to her original power.
And you can also kind of, use it in other ways as well, where you can hop to one universe and you can activate your sense, whatever, and listen to people talk in the other universe and like see where they are and follow them. And so you can kind of get the idea of the kind of gameplay mechanics that'll bring and stuff, as well as, a couple instances she's able to move stuff from universe to universe, which creates a really, interesting interaction with a certain character whenever she first does it by accident. So, but no, her power does reappear as well. It was a fun game. It wasn't the best Life is Strange game. That's still the OG to me. I'm sure John would probably agree, and probably most people would agree. But it was fun. I will say, the ending for me, I don't really mind as long as I guess another game gets made. You know what I mean? Because it does very much set up for a sequel to this. So I can understand how that can upset some people. They love like the standard anthology style games. I think that's a great idea too. And I can understand why people would be upset with this approach of ending they're going for. I can totally get it. It doesn't really bother me. I don't really give a shit. I was like, it's fine for me. It'll be a fun, hopefully one more game. Don't make it a damn trilogy. Just make it one more game. Call it a day.
That would be Max's trilogy.
And it'd be Max's trilogy. I mean, just with what's happening in this story, because there's a lot of storytelling you could probably get out of how they ended it. I mean, I'm just saying, don't milk it. Just finish it with one more game. But it was fun. I mean, overall, at best, maybe an 8 out of 10 if you're feeling really generous. Solid 7 out of 10 experience. Astrobot, however, that's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I've almost 100% the game.
Do you have our board over there?
Yeah, I do.
Because we're throwing 7 out of 10 a lot. So
Ray referenced the board.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 on our scale is a good, not a very good game, but it is a good game.
There we go. Yep.
A lot of people consider 7 out of 10 to be a mediocre game. On our
Correct.
scale, 7 out of 10 is a good game.
Correct. So yeah, I gave Life is Strange a nice 7, which is good. He gave Dragon Age a 7, which is good. I'm gonna say Astrobot is up there at the 10 as a masterpiece.